Do you have a squatter in your house that you are trying to get out? Do you have somebody squatting in one of your rental properties that you want to sell without dealing with it? Are you dealing with a family member that could potentially be squatting in one of your properties? If so, you are like many of the people that we've helped out in our company, Louisville Cash Real Estate. So in this video, we're going to be talking about squatter rights in Kentucky. What are your rights as an owner? What are the squatter's rights as an owner? And we're also going to be going over adverse possession in Kentucky as well. So let's get into it. Squatter rights in Kentucky. Do squatters actually have rights in Kentucky? So yes, squatters have rights in Kentucky. So what is a squatter? A squatter is somebody who is going to be in your property that is not supposed to be in that property. So this could be a family member who you let stay there. They don't want to move. They're not paying any rent. They refuse to move. This could be a tenant who is once paying rent, is not paying rent anymore, and does not want to move. They could be technically considered a squatter at that point. But where this term originally comes from, to my understanding, is back in the day whenever they had squatter rights and everything else, there was a bunch of open land. There was a bunch of open properties, stuff like this. So that is where they originally came up with squatter rights. If you went onto a property and you were there for a certain amount of time, then you had rights to be at that property unless you were legally evicted from that property by the owner. Now, we're also going to talk a little bit about adverse possession. So what is adverse possession? So basically, in a short brief of things, adverse possession is basically where you are in the property for a certain amount of time, and then after that certain time period, you actually have rights to that property for ownership. So this is in Kentucky, the time period is 15 years. So you have to be in a property for 15 years or more in order to be able to claim or file adverse possession. So it's a very, very long process. They do this because, somebody might have a house that's vacant and they might forget about it for a couple years or not go buy it, but then go buy it again. And if you're there, they still have the right to get you out. 15 years is how long you have to be in the property. In order to do this, you also have to make upgrades to the property. You also have to pay the property taxes on the property as well. So you have to actually be living in the property, make the property in better condition, and also pay the last 5 years of the property taxes whenever you are at your 15-year period. And you need to be able to require documentation and proof of when you got to the house, how long you were at the house, how the bills that you paid, the taxes that you paid. So if a squatter is in your property and they're trying to claim adverse possession, if they don't have all these things, I wouldn't even worry about it. It's probably more of just a scare than anything else. But they still do have rights, and you still have to legally evict them, unfortunately. So you can do this eviction through yourself, or you can sell to a company as is, like us at Louisville Cash Real Estate, and we'll buy your property with the squatters in there and deal with it so you don't have to deal with it. If you are in this current situation and you would like an offer on your property for this solution, please reach out to us at 502-461-1450. Again, that is 502-461-1450, or you can visit our website at LouisvilleCashRealEstate.com. If you're wanting to evict them yourself, let's go over that process really quickly. So I just got done with an eviction in Louisville, and it took about 90 days to get to the judge to make a decision. And then after that, it took around 120 days for the sheriff to come and evict the person. So that's 7 months it took me for the eviction, and 3 months prior to that, the tenants were not paying. So I had 10 months of rent from tenants not paying before I was able to get them out of my property. And during that time, I'm still paying insurance, taxes, and these things, and also code violations from them making the yard dirty. So evictions take some time, and it's not the eviction attorney's fault either. It's just the state and the judges and how slow things are right now. So if you need an eviction attorney in Kentucky, I would call Michelle Ron, and let me pull her number up real quick for you all. She will be able to help you. Her office will be able to help you with the eviction. And her number is 502-416-0150. Again, that is 502-416-0150. You can reach out to her for all of your squatter needs and assistance with that. So the cost for evictions, I think it's around $500 or $600 for the attorney fees. then you have to look at doing a sit out. So if you're evicting somebody, you need 5 people there for the sit out of the property. So if you're going to evict a tenant, you need yourself and 4 other people there. Reasoning for this is so that you can carry all the stuff from inside the house out to the curb, and then you have to leave their stuff on the curb for 3 days in Louisville, Kentucky, so that they have a chance to get it. And then after that, if they don't get it, you can take it off your property, you can put it in the dumpster. At that point, they have had their time frame. So you get all the stuff from inside, and then you move it outside onto the porch for Kentucky and in Louisville in general. And then you have to pay to fix the property up. So you're out on attorney costs, you're out on the rent you have not been receiving, you're out on the property taxes and insurance that you have, and also for anything that you have to hire those 4 people to come in, clean the house, take it out, and then also change your locks, board up the windows as well. And we personally recommend getting a security system and Real Link cameras. That is Real Link cameras, REOLINK cameras. These are the cameras that we use personally for our business. So hopefully that has been helpful in being able to give you an option to call an eviction attorney to talk to them about getting this person evicted. Every case is unique, so I would definitely recommend talking to them. And then also as well, if you don't want to deal with the situation, we've dealt with it before, it's no big deal to us. Just give us a call and we'll see what we can do. 502-461-1450. Again, that's 502-461-1450.